WSSR. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time to speak on it. You're in a safe space with my boys, your boys, Jap and Emoeski.
Yo. Welcome back. You are at a safe space where you can speak on it. This is your boy Emoeski.
And I'm his co-host, Giselle.
And you are listening to WSSR
Radio.
Yes, sir.
Southside
Radio. Live.
Laughing because
Live.
having a problem with this one word.
I know, man. Can't nobody say space today.
I said space.
Man, I couldn't.
I said it. I was able to say it. I had good
gas
I don't
on
understand
my
why
brain,
you
bro.
couldn't say it. That was twice.
I just said it.
You
I
just
had
said it
good
right
gas
now,
on my
but
brain. It was farting.
yeah, I'm gonna need you to poop.
I'm grown. First of all, I don't poop. I stopped doing that shit when I came out of diapers.
See, why people just can't just take the joke and just go along with it and hee ha and move on? They gotta always correct you. I'm grown, man. I know you grown.
No, you don't, because you said I poop. Apparently, you didn't get the memo.
Anyway, so this is the safe space
Jesus.
where you can speak on it. Again, this is your boy Emoeski.
Yeah, and I'm Jap. We talking. Nah, let me stop. How you feeling today, bro? Let me stop trolling. How you feeling? I had to mess with you a little bit.
I'm good. So today's show is geared towards baby mamas and or baby daddies.
What we call them that day? Sisters of animosity.
Yeah.
Sisters of Anna.
Sisters of Anna.
Nah,
That's
but
a code.
it's for baby daddies too. Like, it's for that other parent that just can't see eye to eye with you. You know what I'm saying?
Or you may have that other parent that
You might
y'all
be
get
that
along
other
with.
parent.
Y'all get along better than y'all did when y'all wasn't together.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
you know,
happens. You know what I'm
it
saying?
just happens like
But we
that
talking
sometimes.
about co-parenting, basically.
Yeah,
But
and
you might be that person that's kind of difficult to co-parent with, man. Like, sometimes you gotta look in that mirror and be like, you know what? You ugly.
sometimes
do
you
ugly
also have to
things.
look at it from that other parent's perspective and what they may be going through.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to, be selfish about your feelings because they're your feelings, but things happen good to you when you also consider other people's feelings as well too.
It's that karma shit.
And
That
not,
instant rebate.
yeah, because just thinking about yourself, especially when it comes to a situation like co-parenting, you're not really hurting the parent as much or yourself as much. You really hurt the kids because you're taking a parent out of the kid's life that kid needs. Every kid,
Exactly.
I feel like, needs both parents in their life.
They do, because you teach different aspects.
Exactly. And it also, I feel, psychologically that helps you growing up to make better decisions because you had, the input of not just one of your parents but both. If it took both of y'all to create one, how you figure it can't take both of y'all to raise it into what it's supposed to be? And, just as important as moms are, dads are just as equally as important.
Yeah.
Because we bring a different aspect to the child's life. The mothers are, the nurturer, the coddler, and we are the discipline and the stern and the
Stability.
wisdom.
Yeah.
We implant that into the kids. I'm not saying that mothers can't do it because I was raised in a single parent household. My mom took very well care of me, and I'm not just saying that because she's my mama, but
Yeah, me too.
me too. I wasn't raised to disrespect. I was raised with respect, and that's something that I feel like children, and especially in this generation growing up, that's what they lack. That's what they need. They say they come into the world smarter, but they're weaker. And they're weaker in the moral values of life, but they're smarter in the technology and those things. But
It's not that they're smarter with the technology.
yeah, they
They're
are because this
dependent.
is their.
Nah, they're dependent because think about what you would have did with all this access to Google and YouTube that they got now. Like when we was Googling stuff, we wasn't getting all this information. You know what I'm saying? When we was YouTube and stuff, you wasn't getting to-dos and tutorials from experts on how to build and craft and make and paint and all that. You get to, half the schools use computers. You got to Google to use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't even think most of the time to use that stuff to their advantage. Like, you can ask a lot of kids a lot of questions and they can't answer you nothing off the hip. They have to be like, hold on, give me 10 seconds.
But that's because...
And they'll answer as fast as their gadget can move.
That's because we grew up in a time where books were more dependent than internet was. It wasn't as advanced as it is now.
Our need for discovery was different. Like, kids don't want to go outside no more and just learn to be alive, learn to experience life. Like, they don't even understand how nature works no more because they don't go outside. Going outside now is going home and jumping online and playing at the digital park or getting on Fortnite.
You got to think about it too. At this point right now, at the day and age that we at, going outside ain't as safe as it used to be for us going outside. Because
it's
not only do you have to have the fear of being shot, you also got to have this now growing fear of pedophiles entering into your neighborhood.
Too.
So you can't just tell your kids to go outside now. You got to be a little bit more conscious about their environment for them because they're not going to always make the smartest decisions.
That's where that actual co-parenting comes into play too. It ain't that you can't have your kids go outside, but stop sending your kids outside and go out there with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of times I go play basketball with my kids. We walk, ride bikes, do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they're not outside by themselves. So if somebody did try to pull it, guess what? They're going to run into a big old black dude. And I'm probably going to be hostile about it. But outside of that, a lot of people don't actually parent and think they're parenting. You got to spend time with these children. Just because you put on some language-friendly TV programming, you know, they don't necessarily make it right. Yeah, it's a decent pastime from time to time, but, you know, we got to get back to spending time with them. That's where the nurturing with the mama come in, and the stability and sternness and skill learning come from the father. Like, you got to take that time out and do it. Man, I tried to do it with my son, my oldest son. That backfired, though. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the difference in households. But, baby, that did not turn out right.
Yeah, but, you know...
And the gap on it, though, was just because he wasn't into the outdoorsy thing. Like, no, he didn't want to go outside. Yeah, he wanted to play football, but not for the game. He wanted to be in a jersey and take pictures. Like, no, you actually got to work out at this and make your body stronger. You know what I'm saying? You got to push yourself to your limits. He didn't want to do the work. He just wanted the accolades. And it's like, come on, man. We wasn't raised like this. Back in my day, we enjoyed running to school. We was on the football team just because you had to win to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your man, you was like, man, I wonder how far can I go tomorrow? How fast can I get? It ain't the same. Yeah. It's hard to translate over.
But it's also hard for a father, especially being distant from a child, to do those things when the other parent isn't, you know, working with you.
And that was my issue with him. It wasn't more so him. It was just me and his mom kept butting heads on a lot of parenting issues. You know what I'm saying? And she had them longer, so her habits stuck harder, clearly. Yeah. But it just went like, I don't know. It's hard to explain because he's not a bad kid or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Right. But I couldn't mix with him. I couldn't mesh. Like, he didn't want it. It ain't that I couldn't mesh. He didn't want it. Like, it wasn't in his interest.
Right. And, you know, and you can't blame the child for that.
No, I don't blame her. I really don't even blame her. I just blame circumstance.
And I wouldn't necessarily say you can't blame her, though, because in the case...
I'm not going to blame her. How about that?
Okay, that's a better word I'm about to say, because you technically can blame her because... you were trying to set that stability in that structure, and although you may have been doing it from a distance, you still were trying to implement something that she could do while you're not there.
True.
And she didn't take that to say, she didn't take what you were trying to give her and say, all right, you know what? Yeah, he is distant. However, he's trying to be there for the development of his son. This is because when you think about it like that, when you have boys are your legacy. They are what you leave behind. Mm-hmm. And so, if you are saying as a father, hey, look, you here, I'm there, but look, I think maybe what you should do, because chances are they're calling you and telling you, you know, your son acting like this, your son acting like that, and you're saying, okay, well, if he's acting like this and he acting like that, I can't be there physically to do something to him, but let's try implementing this together. How about you do so and so and so and so and so and so to him next time he do this, so he do that, and she goes back and says, okay, you know what? You're right. All right, let's try that.
Tried it.
Let's see if that works.
We had that conversation plenty of times. Remember when he came to stay with me for a little bit, he was already like 15, 13.
But the thing about it is, once she hung up that phone, did she really apply what you were saying? No. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Exactly.
That's the problem.
That was my problem. It ain't that I was opposed to anything that she was doing, but you know what I'm saying? When it came to those moments where I guess you could say he would test his nuts, he could run to her. And I would tell her, I need you to not be available. I need him to stand off with me, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If nothing else.
And that's
stop running.
Yeah.
That's just building more
because she had already built him up the way that she had already built him up to by the time she sent him to you, she couldn't let go. So when he ran back, mommy, daddy being so and so, instead of her saying, well, you know what, maybe that's what you need right now, she said, oh baby, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Mom, you know, blah 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 blah, and coddling. That's with young black man, that is, I would say, one of the big issues I think single mothers have when it comes to raising boys. And it's not a knock to them because they're naturally nurturers.
Well,
but when you take on that role of being both mom and dad, you have to learn how to turn on that, not coddle, and give that tough love when it needs to be, and coddle when it needs to be.
I'm sorry. I understand, but I'm sorry. A woman can't raise no man. I'm sorry.
At all.
No.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely can't.
And
that's why men need to get it together and take care of their seeds. Sure.
Yeah. But see, it ain't always black and white like that. And that's the problem. Like, see, now that's my first baby mama. With my second baby mama, we don't have any issues on parenting, but the problem with her is she can't deal with the real of what is right now. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a different story.
Exactly.
Not being
so
able to deal with the real
I'm an awesome dad with that daughter, but the problem with that is she won't give me the daughter because she can't get out of her feelings about the past. And it ain't that I didn't do it right or wrong.
So it's not like it's an issue between her. It's not.
Exactly. So you say get my stuff together, but the only way I can actually go for that is go get some high priced lawyer and come snatch her out the crib. That's like the only way that would work.
I mean, no, you ain't even got to do all that. And y'all already tried on the level to even talk about like working it out.
No, man, we working with it. The parents.
Yeah, the parents say
yeah, and trust me,
she ain't with it.
Brick wall.
Oh, well, that sounds like a sworn woman to me.
It is. That's definitely what it is. She's on fire still. Like, she's still burning. I get it. But like you said in the beginning, you can't let that.
But at what point in time in your life do it become about the kid, though? Because all you're doing is affecting the kid.
That's my question.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. See, I
I
don't have any kids.
That's why I said it ain't always
I've been
about
around enough
get your
people.
shit together. Because
No,
shit together.
It's a lot of different circumstances
to
doing it. I mean, but
a lot of the cases it is.
I mean, like,
they do this shit together.
I'm gonna throw a rough estimate that like 70% of the time it's normally, a situation where you just impregnate the person and you go and you do south.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's all the time, but it is a big percentage of the time. And then I would say, some women is just like that. They just scorn, Y'all done broke up. You done moved on with your life. You know, now and she figured the only way she can get back at you is to dangle your kid in front of you and be like, "Hey, look, I got this though. You want to see your child though, don't you?" But I mean, it's a
lot of that too.
Man, we should have had somebody that had a kid down here talking about this, a female.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, they can speak from that perspective because I can't totally speak from that perspective because I have kids.
It'll do no justice either way. Even with us, me and him talking about it, because like I tell a lot of people, that formula of an equation has so many variables in it till you can't even give it a percentage. Because while you can say 75% of men just be like and gone, I can say I've seen 75% of women be petty. But in the same breath, a more equal or more realistic equation to be like, it's a 50-50 chance of whatever's happening.
But you can't compare
anything.
You can't compare being petty and busting and leaving on the sea. You can't.
No, but
what I'm saying,
I'm not comparing.
Petty
on its own, though.
I'm not comparing.
Yeah, I know it's petty on its own.
Busting and leaving, that's
I'm
petty
not comparing that. What I'm saying is you can't give that a percentage because that's so random and common at the same time.
I'm just saying, I believe that it's over 50% of the men.
It's like
men bust and leave.
That's it's as many bad men as it is bad women. Like the problem is the matchups be bogus.
You know what?
Those bad men get good girls. Those bad girls get good men. And then by the time that good man and that good girl meet, they've been done bad by bad men and women. And then they like, oh no. Or they like, fuck it.
But a lot of,
at that point.
I compare it to going to the grocery store and buying canned goods. All the product in the canned goods is good, but if that can is dented up, you're not gonna get that can, are you? Nope, you're gonna put that can back. You're gonna grab the can that ain't dented up because the surface of it looks good. No matter if the product is the same in the inside, the surface of it looks good.
Because the surface of it looks good. But basically, you're saying you're not going to work with damaged goods. Is that what you're saying? That's not what I'm saying. That's what some of these situations be. People aren't willing to work with the damaged good because the outside don't look good.
I get that. But what happens a lot of times is you end up buying a pretty label with some food in it past its expiration date.
Exactly. I done had a few of those situations. I done had a few of those.
That sounds like some kids trying to make up their mind. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Somebody that's grown, that's an adult, we don't look at just, it's a dent in the can. Oh my God.
Get into a lot of stuff.
It's not a dent in the can. Okay, but it's the same product in that dented can.
And now see, I tried that with my second baby mom. And we had a nice little stretch of relationship, but it was so many ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was fun at times, but it was such a headache, too. Till, of course, it didn't last. It was too big of a headache. But I tried that with her, but she wasn't ready, clearly. And I guess now that she's ready, she's mad about it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm tired of thinking about it. But
people grow.
My wife now, like, we right here. If y'all can see my fingers, they crossed. They right here. Like, we right here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Where me and my wife at now. And that's probably where you and your wife is. You know what I'm saying? And that's some adult stuff. You had to come through some shit.
Yeah, to get to that point. Like, you got to go through some things to understand, to realize what you want, what you need, and what's going to be of value to yourself.
You got to know who you are to know what's of value
definitely.
to
That's
yourself.
number one. You got to have some self-love, some self-preservation.
And you know what? That's a major thing in that, especially be the parent on the side who wants to do more but isn't allowed to do more. You find yourself thinking that, well, maybe I am a deadbeat. Maybe I am this bad parent.
That's
because
what I said. You got to be able to look in the mirror and go,
not that. No, not the other parent looking at themselves.
I'm talking about,
but the actions of the other parent, how that can make the other parent feel. Because I was on the other end of that, where I was made to feel like I wasn't as adequate of a parent because I didn't appease to what they want, and so it made me feel I was less of a parent. But what my mom will always tell me is, kind of like what we're saying now. You got to know your own worth. You got to know who you are. If you know for yourself that you're a good parent, that you're a good father, that you're a good mother, you have to walk in that and not allow that other person to make you feel any way less of who you know that you are. Knowing your own worth when it comes to co-parenting, because both sides are going to feel some type of way, especially depending on how the breakup is, how the breakup was. Because, like, for instance, with me and my kid's mom, people
preach, brother, preach.
People saw us as this epic couple, and once we had kids, that epic couple went to what happened?
Stand by.
Yeah, and
it might not have been the kids. It might have just been the time frame where you just started to see who a person really was.
I think,
see, like in y'all situation, she was the one who needed to be able to look in the mirror and go, "I'm ugly, and I do."
Yeah, because things. I have. If anybody who knows me, they know I never have a problem admitting my faults.
It's safe to say you can look in the mirror and say that.
I can look in the mirror and say, "Hey, the man in the mirror ain't always handsome all the time. He can be ugly," you know. And as the but as being the father, you know. And having a mother, having a
99.9%.
Yeah, I couldn't deny my kids.
He can't. They both got that duck bill lip and them big old.
First of all,
waterheads.
Right.
All right. Anyway,
Guinness Book of World Record eyes.
I'm not gonna get on my kids. Anyway,
my baby Liz is creep.
Whatever.
So don't do it. But you and
but no. Being.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I'll play it.
Being the father, it's not always, especially in situations to where the co-parenting and the kids live with the mom solely. Mm-hmm. That's not always an easy thing for the father.
No,
because
it's not.
My son is about to be 9 now, and you know, not putting my business out there, but I'm just about to now be able to get my kids on a consistent basis to where like they can come and be with me, especially my son, because he is the oldest and he's getting to a point to where he's about to hit that double-digit age, and this is that time where that father-son bond, I feel, comes into play right now. Because thinking back in my life, when I was 9, I had, my father wasn't there. I had my brother's father, and my brother was actually born when I was 9. But he wasn't my father. Yeah, he did stuff for me. You know, he was there for my birthdays. You know, report cards I did good. You know, he rewarded me and stuff like that. He gave me wisdom.
Make him not your father?
Because
he wasn't your biological father, but he sounded like he was there to help.
He was a father figure.
For one, he didn't live there, so I didn't consistently see him.
Okay.
Like he wasn't like
he was a good role model.
He was just a role model. Yeah.
Okay,
you know, he was a role model, but he was dating my mom, and you know, with package deal, I come with my mama, so he did stuff for me that, you know, would show his, you know, hey, I'm proud of you.
My biological father, he was, you know, MIA, which that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, crazy part is, he just hit me up on Facebook like not too long ago on Instant Messenger. Threw me for a loop. I almost didn't know how to respond. Hey, how's it going?
That's a whole other story right there, boy.
Okay,
man.
Say that one, because I definitely want to hear that.
Right. Oh yeah. Hey, I got some father stories for you. I got some father stories.
I ain't got none. You know what?
That's a whole different show
Because you just started texting
right
me on Facebook. I ain't got none.
Look,
you're gonna be talking about yourself.
That's a whole different show right there.
Look, I'm gonna need you to share.
All my shit is crazy. My pops was wild hunters. Rest in peace, Dad. But
my daddy's family, I got a lot of stories for them.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Even though, you know, my father wasn't present, but that also comes at the expense that he lived in, you know, across the country. so I ain't too mad about it. But I had a lot of access to his family. Which my uncles and aunties and cousins and all that, like, we real close.
And you know what? Like, this topic about, you know, baby mamas, baby daddies, this could go so deep because it's we know when they talk about toxic relationships, I feel like, honestly, this is my opinion.
We need to start talking about beautiful relationships.
If you depending on the type of people that are involved in that relationship, being in a co-parenting relationship can be more toxic than being in an actual relationship, because you got one parent who would be as the superior because they have the children. Then you have the other parent on the outside of the house looking in, trying to still.
I wouldn't call it superior though.
That depends on the balance between.
I say superior only because of the fact that when you go to court, especially if the kid's with the mom, if you go to court, the court system is automatically going to be on the mom's side.
But that's because you don't actually have any custody. Not
exactly. So she would be the superior. She would be the superior parent when it comes to that aspect, because she's going to.
Another word for that one, because that just makes me kind of feel
superior?
some kind of way.
Sole custody.
Sole parent.
Sole proprietor.
That's a business.
Super guardian. I don't know, man.
The main parent. Let's just say the main parent. Let's just say sole guardian.
Whatever. I'm just wondering, because like that word, when you say superior,
I feel you superior.
It do.
But guess what?
But the problem is they give you the
one
option.
parent no better than the next.
Hey, but guess what? But you know what? You're absolutely right. But it's a lot of women out here that make the man feel like
he's inferior.
He's inferior and she's superior because
he ain't
guess
got no
what?
rights.
I got the kids.
He ain't got no rights. No, not because she got the kids, because he don't have any rights.
Yeah. Like
those
honestly,
children.
You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about that man.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
I'm not gonna.
That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing.
Actually, they do mean something. That means they know exactly whose ass to tax.
The father, exactly.
When
they know
you
what
can't get no job. They know what to send them food stamps and tenants.
Exactly. They know what to send them child support papers.
They designed it for you.
They know who you is. Oh, you was there when the baby was born.
Oh yeah, something. Come on.
Gotcha.
And so then when you don't sign a birth certificate, they be like, "Hey,
Murray, we need to send this girl to the show."
Right, whole time, baby mama
was already on. She already knew who the baby daddy was. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm gonna have to have some discussion with my some of my female associates.
Hey,
got these children
we can talk about this. We can talk about this again. This, like I said, this. And
if you got questions and comments,
I need insights.
If you got questions and comments,
info@southsideradio.live. Hit us up.
Please
tell us what you think, man.
Tell us, like, you know, give us your testimony about how things went.
Baby mamas, baby daddies, the good ones, the bad ones. Call us in.
The toxic one, the non-toxic ones.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to find antidotes for these toxic ways with each other. You know. But
you gotta talk about it.
We gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely gotta speak on it.
Gotta speak on it.
And we're gonna definitely continue to speak on it next time. But today we are gonna go ahead and wrap it up right now. This is your host Emoeski
and the co-pilot Jizzle.
And this is Speak On It. You have been listening. You've been tuning in to Speak On It in a safe space.
And that's on WSSR
Southsideradio.live.
Live. Don't forget the .live.
Don't forget the .live.
You won't find it.
Shout out to the Low TV. And the Low for sure. I was waiting for her to say it. I thought she was going to say it after I said the Low.
You know what I'm saying? Hit up.
Because
if you're trying to get your sounds heard that you just pressed on your hot wax, that sounded old.
What? Sounds like your hot wax?
Nah, but for real though. Get your underground music. Hit up. info@southsideradio.live.
Also, shout out to BlackHeartClothingForever.com. That's Katie King over there at the Owner's Box. Make sure you tune in to his show. Check him out if you're trying to get more hookup about info on being a business person, being a business owner, being an entrepreneur. Definitely want to make sure you check out the Owner's Box. And yeah, we are going to go ahead and get up out of that thing. Oh, hold on. Before I leave, I want to shout out to my homies over at Humble Kings Barbershop, East 81st in Maryville, Indiana.
Yeah,
shout out to my boy Chris. Shout out to my boy Darius. Shout out to my boy Cass. You eat that haircut. Holla at your boy Emoeski at Emmanuel the Barber on all social media platforms. And then that's it. Until next time.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm positive.
Well, then, with that being said, we have.
Peace out.